革新のカーボンベゼル、Bluetooth 搭載 G-SHOCK カシオ。The brightness called brilliant, blinding and vivid, Valentine.
究極の静かさと安全性、オンロード、オフロード、世界中で活躍するケンダ。その信頼を支える静音性、安定性と対摩耗性、世界が認めた技術と信頼を街乗りでも高品質と納得の価格、タイヤのポテンシャルをあなたに。ケンダ。
Ultimate lubricant. Mortis.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
Made in Japan. Breed.
in a world of extremes. This is where they're refined, the real deal. Cusco.
伝統と革新、小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮、チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ、小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC。
Sitting here, we have a different commentator than usual today for FDJ Japan. To the right, we have Eiichi Akatsu in the Japanese live stream commentator, and next to him we have a legendary driver and also the owner of Edisu Circuit, Nobushige Kumakubo. He is also a commentator that will be carrying the FDJ Japan live stream through. So I think he was a commentator a while back, but it's been a little while. But he's an expert. He knows what to look at, and he's an expert driver as well. And you already know that. And next to him is also a legendary driver. He is Yoichi Imamura. He is one of the judges. Next to Imamura is Tadahiro Fukada. He is also a FD Japan judge starting this year. And next to Tadahiro Fukada, we have an ex-FD USA driver, Kenji Yamanaka, and also a judge here in FD Japan starting this year. And how you guys doing? I'm Robin Yoshida. I will be guiding you guys through the FD Japan English side of commentary. All right, so let's go ahead and check out the number 1 qualifying. It is Daigo Saito from yesterday.
はい、それでは見事素晴らしい走りで単走優勝を決めました斉藤大吾選手、おめでとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
Congratulations, Daigo.
今回練習から結構調子よくて、うまくいったらいけるかなってちょっと期待してたらうまくいって、はい、良かったです。で結構調子いいんで明日そのまま、優勝できたらなと思ってます。はい、結構奥伊吹、臨場感あって面白いコースだと思うんで、明日のみんなの追走を楽しみにしててください。
All right, so Daigo says, he felt really good and comfortable during his practice runs. So that just kind of came together, and his qualifying run was one of the best here. Well, the best because he's the number 1 qualifier. And he said, he wants to keep this rolling to tomorrow, which is today, for the tandem and try to take the win here at the round. And, this track is very compact. It's very, how can I say, there's a lot of ups and downs and elevation change and the walls. So he said it's going to be an exciting tandem, so please enjoy. So we will enjoy it, right, guys? All right, I am trying to get my check out the live stream here. The little tablet I have got cut off right now. Let me try to find you guys real quick. Can't find you guys yet, but Kumakubo is explaining a little bit about the track. He's also a spotter for some of his drivers here, so he knows what to look at. And he's explaining about, how FD judges and talking about how the lead car is supposed to lead and the chase car is supposed to give chase. And it's a lot of guys, talk about the lead car getting slower and faster and whatnot, but it all really, really comes up to, what kind of line you're running. If the lead car is running a very, very wide line, it is slower because they're driving a longer distance, and the chase car is shallower, so forth. There's a lot of things there, but I am actually going to make a video. I made a video out of it one of these days. I'll go ahead and post that. Just a good lead is also, or if you have a good lead, there's always a good chase, and there's a possibility of a good chase, but it is harder to chase down a car that's not on the right line, and also, trying to run away, and that is not what, drifting should be about. I mean, obviously everybody likes speed, everybody likes to go fast, but at the same time, if the lead car is running away, it's not even a match, it's just a race. So, for those of you who just want to go fast, there's other sports such as wheel-to-wheel racing, drag racing, so forth, so maybe that's for you. But drifting is all about being sideways and drifting through the turns. And a lot of the tracks are designed so that it's a better tandem track, and I guess they try to do that as much as possible. So let's go ahead and go and look at the rules and regulations that we have that the judges are looking for.
やあみんな、フォーミュラドリフトジャパンのルール判定システムについて説明するよ。まずは優勝までの道のり。大会は予選と決勝に分かれます。予選は単独走行方式。単独で2度走行し、高い方のポイントで上位32位までの決勝進出を争います。決勝は2台によるタンデムバトル方式。先行と後攻を入れ替えての2度の走行による勝ち抜き戦です。これらのコンペティションを決めるのは3名のジャッジ。それぞれライン、アングル、スタイルという視点で判定をします。持ち点はライン35ポイント、アングル 35ポイント、スタイル30ポイントの合計100ポイントです。ラインとは規定された各ゾーンをより近く、より理想的なラインで通過できているかを判定します。リアタイヤの設置部分がゾーンの外側のラインをなぞることが高得点のコツ。4本のタイヤのうち3本がラインの外側に出てしまったらポイントは0点になります。各大会によってそれぞれのゾーンに規定ポイントが振り分けられています。アングルとはコースに設定されたゾーンのラインに対してどれだけ深い角度でスムーズに通過しているかを採点します。ラインに対してより垂直なアングルをキープすることが高得点のコツ。各大会によってそれぞれのゾーンに規定ポイントが振り分けられています。スタイルとはドリフトの美しさ、スピード、迫力、ファッションなどドライバー自身が思い描いた走りを確実にコントロールし、ジャッジをうならせることができているかが採点されます。決勝へは先ほど説明した通りポイント上位32台が進出します。決勝は勝ち負けの判定による勝ち抜きトーナメント方式です。追走で行われ先行後攻を入れ替えた2度の走行をもって各ジャッジが勝者の判定もしくはドローの判定をします。3人中2人以上が出した判定で勝者および再走が決定します。追走を有利にするポイントは先行では単独走行と同じくよりポイント基準に沿った良い走りをすることが前提です。それが遂行できていなければジャッジの印象に大きく影響します。後方車両は先行車両と同じラインで同じ角度を取りながらより接近して追随します。しかし先行車両に接近できていても同じライン同じ角度でなければスピードスタイル的に理想的な走りとは言えず勝利にはつながりません。それは先行車両が通ったラインをショートカットすれば接近しやすくなり、また角度が浅ければ速度を上げやすくなり接近しやすくなる、そして調整幅が大きくなるという理由からです。以上がルール概要でした。さあフォーミュラドリフトジャパンの楽しみ方が分かったところで Here we go!
Here we go. It's a cute character that they have here. Hopefully you guys understood. For those of you who are back many times, and for those of you who are new to watching FD Japan here, that's sums it up what the judges are going to be looking for. And I will try to explain to you as much as possible what's going on up here. And we'll see who the winner is going to be today. So we're going to start with the 32, top 32. Each driver is going to have a battle up until, you know, the winner. They're going to make it to top 16. We're going to take a short break in between, and we'll be back for the top 16 ceremony, and we'll do the driver's intro. So you guys can see who, you know, match the face with the car, because, you know, a lot of these drivers don't do so much social media, so it's really hard to tell who looks like who, or, you know, what they look like or what they're doing. Hopefully you guys get to become fans of some of these drivers. All right, so I'm trying to keep up with the comments here, so if I miss it, just keep reminding me or something. But yeah, hey Kenny, where you at? You're late. So yeah, that's cool. I'll be seeing him next weekend in Salt Lake City, because in a few days I'll be leaving for Utah, because I'll be judging in FD USA. But then Kenny's gonna actually come out there too. If you're out at the event, come and say what's up to us, and yeah, give you a high five or something. Yes, and right now in the burnout box, we have the number 1 qualifier and also the number 32 qualifier lined up. Well, not lined up, but warming up their tires here. It is going to be who we interviewed right now was Daigo Saito, qualifying first, and qualifying 32nd, we have Konosuke Fujimoto. Yes, and yeah, we have a few interesting battles for the top 32. And this is going to be one of them because, you know, Daigo being Daigo, you know, you already know, and if you already, he's probably one of the most known Japanese drifters in the world, him and Nakamura. All right, so let's go ahead and check this out. To the left is the lead position. Daigo Saito qualifying first, car number 87 from Fat 5 Racing, and giving chase car number 315 from D-Dash Racing. It's Konosuke Fujimoto. Fujimoto, his head chief mechanic is Koguchi. And here he goes, starts Daigo gapping Fujimoto quite a bit. Daigo maybe a tire off at the outside zone 1, going a little too wide. But he is putting his line back into formation. Fujimoto hits the wall. And a huge correction there in the chase position. So it was kind of obvious from the get-go, the gap, but the tire off at the end of outside zone 1. Fujimoto getting really close to that wall. Daigo not feeling the outside zone 2 as much, but he does do a great job on the outside zone 3 wall. Fujimoto falls back and hits the wall on the outside zone 3 and makes a huge correction. And that is it. The drone here will show you how, you know, it'll make it more obvious how far out they are on the line and the gap here that's created by the drivers. So all right, drivers are back to the start. Here you go. It's a pretty sick livery there. Both cars, maybe I just like blue cars, but they both look sick. Daigo's car sounds great. Fujimoto's car, also, it's a 2J. Thing's a beast of a car as well. Yeah, I know a lot of, there's a lot of haters, V8 haters in the States, but I think they're pretty cool. I mean, they sound cool. They're very different. He's pretty much one of the only people that are here with a V8 NA. Sounds really good. I mean, it sounds way different from just a normal LS too. So here you go, starting, leading is Fujimoto, and giving chase is Saito. Fujimoto. Huge angle and a wide line, and Daigo misshifts. And what just happened? Saito, huge correction in the chase position, and Fujimoto running a very wide line and a lot of angle. Fujimoto dipping tires at the outside zone 1. A lot of angle, a lot of throttle, a lot of angle here at outside zone 2. Dips the tire there too, but coming back around outside zone 3. Saito, huge correction in the chase position, straightened. Now what do you guys think? Wow, I can't believe my eyes right now because, you know, it looked like a pretty good advantage that Saito had. Is it a problem? Did his car pop out of gear, or did something happen? Not sure. All right, so what do you guys think? Do you guys think that was the lead car? That was Daigo's mistake, or was that a one more time? Fukada, Yamanaka, Imamura, swipes right. All 3 judges goes with Konosuke Fujimoto taking the big win here over Daigo Saito, which is the #1 qualifier. Congratulations to him. Fujimoto gets the win, and Daigo doing really great yesterday in qualify. He is knocked out here at top 32. Wow, that was nothing against Fujimoto. Great driver. He does great, and he did great in the lead position with a lot of angle and throttle. But yeah, that kind of threw everybody off. But you know what? He's going to be moving on, and we'll see him later at the top 16 ceremony. Now we're going to move on to the next drivers. In the lead, we have Yukio Fausto from Side X Japan with Blockchain Sports Drift. Car number 555 in his 2J powered S15, and in the chase we have car number 131 Ryuma from Samurai Style Team Orange Jr. Now, it says Team Orange Jr. in the commentator right now. We have Kumakubo, which is, the man over that looks over Team Orange. Fausto. A nice initiation to the outside zone 1. Fills the zone, fills outside zone 2, and a little behind him is Ryuma, but he does not close the gap. Coming out of outside zone 3, looks like Fausto, a little bit of a weird line, but Ryuma nowhere near to be in proximity in the lead car. All right, we got the Brazilian flags all out here. Fausto, everybody cheering on his, home country guy, home country driver. Ryuma, a teenager behind the wheel of this championship winning car of last year that Kanta drove. And right here, there's probably about maybe a car and a half gap created through the whole track. And Ryuma diving in and missing outside zone 3 completely. Fausto making a mistake at outside zone 3 area in the lead position. So that's that. Now it's all up to how Fausto's going to give chase and how Ryuma is going to give Fausto for a great lead to give chase. All right, here we go. Fausto initiating at the same time. Ryuma going a little deep after the outside zone 1. And now this is the time Ryuma keeping his cool, staying on the outside line. And right there, hitting the wall. Gets out of shape. Fausto still keeping his cool and missing outside zone 4, but he kept the proximity and kept the pressure on. Wow, look at that. Kicking off the top 32 to these two skillful drivers, putting it down. Fausto missing outside zone 1 in the chase, but keeping the proximity, trying to get back online. Ryuma doing a good job at outside zone 1 and 2, but there you go, he hits the wall. Car gets disrupted, and he still keeps going. Now let's see how that's gonna be. What do you guys think? Who took that? Do you think it's Ryuma or is it Fausto? There you go, Fausto. His fans are up here in the stands. He always has a lot of fans out. Family, friends, fans, always holding the Brazilian flag. High and proud here. Now, is he going to move on to the top 16, or is it Ryuma who's going to take this? Now, Fukada going with Fausto, Yamanaka going with Fausto, and Imamura going with Fausto. So, Yukio Fausto gets the win, moves on to the top 16. The young teenager driver, Ryuma, gets knocked out here at top 32. So I think that outside zone 3 where Ryuma taps the wall and disrupts the car, that's probably something big. What caused this loss here, but a good battle by these two skillful drivers. And now we have both fan favorites here all the way from the USA, car number 21, Kenshiro Gushi from Team Kazama with Motis. And in top 32, we have the YouTuber, the fan favorite car 11, Sam Lucas, Semet from Team Semet with B Ford. Now Semet keeping his proximity there from the state and gets close to Okuibuki. Now Okuibuki running the outside line to outside zone 2 and makes his way to the outside zone 3 and keeps it right on the wall and rides the wall, and no, Samet is almost did a half spin and straightens. Okuibuki did a great job in the lead position. Did have a tire off before the outside zone 1, but he keeps his cool, keeps his outside line steady. Now Samet did a really good job at outside zone 1, got really close, but after that he lost ground where his line kind of crossed after the outside zone 1, and he was trying to play catch up maybe, and outside zone 3 almost wrapped it around and corrected it, but that was not good enough where that might be an incomplete in the chase position. See, all these drivers, they don't care if it's top 32 or top 16, they're all out here to win it and working really hard for that. Now we have Samet. All he has to do, or I'm sorry, the only thing he has to do is just put down a killer lead, and Okuibuki is gonna give a good chase. Can't hold back too much, but he is gonna keep proximity. Let's go ahead and see how these two drivers are gonna go. Samet in the lead, Okuibuki in the chase. Both drivers initiating at the same time. Gucci staying and keeping the proximity on a shallower line, and Samet trying to run the outside line. Does a good job, taps the wall a little bit, disrupts the car, but he keeps the car nice and wide, and Gucci right in the chase position, keeping the pressure on Samet. Now Samet leaving outside zone 1 a little early, fills outside zone 2 okay, and here does the wall ride very, very good until he taps the wall a little bit, disrupts the car. Gucci on a shallower line overall, but keeping the pressure on the lead car. Both 2Js screaming through the track. Very small track, it's only about 22 seconds around the lap. So it's a very small track, so it's very hard to drive as well. So all three judges going to Okuibuki, gets the win, car number 21, moves on to the top 16, and that is it for Samet's weekend here. But you know what, I'd have to say, making it into the top 32 and qualifying, that's a huge step for him. And I think he did a great job this weekend. It's probably one of the best I've seen him run as well. Man, there's another battle that's going to be very interesting. One driver is a very, very famous driver from all over the world. The other driver, a young champion from Thailand, outside of Japan, made his way into FD Japan starting last year. So in the lead position, we got car number 999, Team Valino, and in style, it is Naoki Nakamura. And in the chase, we have car number 56 from Mr. DIY, Linglong Tire Drift Team Orange, Ming Ming. This is going to be interesting because I was watching their practice runs, and they were both looking really good this morning. And the initiation happens. Nakamura gets super deep into outside zone 1. Ming Ming trying to keep the pressure on a shallower line, but he does creep up next to Nakamura, gets the proximity. Nakamura, great job along the wall and the outside zone 4. A great lead run and a great chase. Yeah, so Nakamura, yesterday's qualify, in my opinion, he did a great job, but his score wasn't as high as we were expecting. But this man knows how to drive this track, and he has been training to drive on the outside line, which is a little different from other events in Japan. And he's been training to do that so he can go back out to the world and battle these guys, battle these drivers from, in the US and Europe. So he's getting ready for that. And Ming Ming also not too familiar with running walls in Thailand, but an expert driver that won championships in Thailand. So this is a really good battle, and I'm expecting to see some close tandems after this. Now that Naoki Nakamura is very famous for his close tandems, and he is going to show us something right here, and Ming Ming is going to show us what a great lead run is going to look like. All right, now Ming Ming in the lead. Nakamura in the chase. And right here, both cars initiating. Ming Ming goes a little bit too deep. He goes a little too deep into the outside zone 1. And Nakamura trying to avoid the contact, but looks like his right rear wheel is bent in. But yeah, that's it. That's probably going to be on Ming in the lead position. He got a little too deep into outside zone 1 and ended up coming to a halt. And Nakamura looks like he tried everything to stop from getting into contact with Ming. But that was it. And it looks like his right wheel and Ming's left wheel touches. And his right wheel looks bent. So he must have bent an arm or something. But I think that might be an easy call for the judges here. Yeah, so we're gonna have to see Nakamura moving on and see his tandems later. He's gonna be going against Gucci. So all 3 judges go with Nakamura. Nakamura gets the win and moves on to the top 16. The young driver all the way from Thailand. Great job, Ming, making it into the series. And also getting knocked out of top 32, but better luck for him for next round. There you go. That's yesterday I was told what that is, a durian fruit. I didn't know what it was, what the girl was holding. If you got the camera going, don't watch the screen if you're going to be getting seasick. Nakamura going back to the pits. So this is going to be an interesting battle for the top 16 because we got Kenshiro Gucci. He is going to go against Nakamura. And yeah, that's going to be a pretty intense battle here. And something happening at the start here. Looks like maybe his nitrous bottle. Yeah, I think the nitrous leaked out or something, maybe. So either he's gonna get sleepy or he's gonna start laughing in the car. I think that is S's car. He should be coming up in 3 battles, I believe. So I think he might go back. He might be going back to the pits. He was just going down there to get ready early for the battles. But we have 1, 2. He's going to be the 3rd battle up, so he's going to go back and fix his problems, whatever he had. Because the next battle we have is going to be another interesting battle. I keep saying interesting battle. Okay, how about this? I'll just tell you guys that all of the battles are going to be interesting, and you're not going to know what's going to happen until we see them. So I'll stop saying that. Who do you guys think is going to take the win here in Okuibuki round? Who looks really good from yesterday's qualify? We had, the first battle. That was a major upset for the #1 qualifier, Daigo Saito. Fujimoto taking him out on the first battle here. And right here in the burnout box, guys, we have Hiroya Minoa, now 15 years old. He had his birthday a few weeks ago. Happy birthday to Minoa, the young driver. But he is the youngest driver in Formula Drift USA to be on the podium. And I think before that it was Kenshiro Gucci, being 16 years old, I believe. And he is going to go against Benjamin Chiam. Benjamin, all the way from Singapore. He does visit Japan quite a few times, and he is a car enthusiast back home as well and loves to drive. He also drives in a series in Thailand and actually wins a championship there. So he is an expert driver. And he was mentioning, the judging differences here for the FD style judging, and what they have back where he was driving at is a little different. He's trying to adapt to that, but he's a killer of a driver. So in the lead position, we got Cusco Racing, car number 771, Hiroya Minoa, and car number 83, Benjamin Chiam from Team Kazama with Motis. It's in the chase position in his Supra. Minoa initiates. Fills the outside zone 1, fills the outside zone 2. Benjamin keeping the pressure on. Minoa coming to a slight halt there at the outside zone 3 to keep that proximity to the wall. And Benjamin doing a great job in proximity and not cheating the line so much to keep up. So that was a pretty good tandem in my opinion. What do you guys think? Who's going to take this win? And is it going to be the young driver or is it going to be Benjamin? So right here we see Benjamin having to cheat the line a little bit, but keeping that proximity and the pressure on. Minoa running the outside line, and this guy's an expert on driving the outside line, and he just does it over and over again like you know, he's a big sim driver and does a lot of practicing on the sims. Right there, he's only inches away from the wall. And you have to understand, when you're running the outside line at a wall, there's a lot of debris there, and it causes the lead car to not be able to drive as fast as the car that's on, you know, the line with a lot of rubber on it too. But he runs a very, very wide line here. Benjamin takes, you know, a shallower line there, but keeps that proximity, which is what, you know, some of the judges and some of you fans are looking for too. Let's see what's going to happen when they switch places. Benjamin in the lead, Minoa in the chase. Benjamin, great job in outside zone 1. Minoa keeping that pressure on. Benjamin halts a little bit after the outside zone 2. Minoa trying to get back online, but Benjamin on a shallower line. Minoa right there keeping the pressure on, and that is going to be it here. Man, who's going to take the win? It is very, very close, but I see the line difference in the lead, but also the proximity in the chase position. Both of the drivers did a great job in both their positions. Now it's all up to the judges who they are going to see moving on to the top 16. Obviously, both of the drivers in the chase position will be on a shallower line to keep that proximity. It's very, very hard, and that's what the judges want the drivers to do in the chase, to stay on the same line as the lead car, which is probably the most hardest thing to do. All right, so Fukada, Yamanaka, and Imamura all sliding to the left. Minoa gets the win, moves on to the top 16. Hiroya Minoa gets the win here and moves on. The young driver keeps on going. And we have Benjamin, a very, very good battle against this FD USA and FD Japan driver. I mean, you got to think about it. Minoa is third in the rankings right now in the US. That's an expert of a driver, and Benjamin put up a really, really great fight. Looking forward to seeing him at the next round at Okayama. Now let's move on to the next top 32 battle. We got in the lead the exciting driver from Good Ride Motorsports with Evangelion, driving the Evangelion-themed Z. Nissan Z is Tetsuya Hibino, car number 111. And the chase position, we have Jin Harino from Tops Racing Toyo with TSA Group Mu in his GRA6 2J. Now, Hibino, always hard flick at the initiation. There you go, hard flick. Harino going in a little too hot from what I've seen, and taps the rear end of Hibino. All right, we're gonna have to see some replays. What do you guys think? In my eyes, it looked like the chase car just kind of went in a little too hot and gave Hibino a bump. But I am not the judge here. I'm just trying to express to you what I see it as. And what do you guys think? Was that on the lead car? Was he slowing down too much, or was it in the chase position? He just went in a little too hot. I think that was an adequate amount of initiating, slowing down. All right, so I think Harino went all in, and I think that's going to be on Harino in the chase position, chasing down Hibino. Now Hibino is going to give chase, and what is Harino going to do in the lead? Hibino is going to keep his cool, but also not going to hold back too much. Harino taking the wide line at outside zone 2, giving a good lead run for Hibino, but Hibino also not getting too aggressive in the chase position because he knows the situation he's in right now after his bump that he got at the outside zone 1. All right, so Harino running the very wide line. This is a very ideal lead run. Inches away inches away at the outside zone 3. Very, very good textbook lead run here in the lead position by Hirino. All right. Fukada, Yamanaka, and Imamura going left to Hibino. Hibino gets the win, moves on to the top 16. And Hirino, hard-fought battle, but is knocked out here at top 32. Good luck to him. So it's going to be Hibino against Minoa. And yeah, I see the comments here. It's like talking about slow and stuff like that. That's how I brought about being on the outside line and the marbles and all that stuff. And I think we pulled data after the last round because people were, you know, talking about the lead car and the chase car being slow. But from the data, we've realized and found out that there's parts that are slower on one car and the parts that are slower by the other car. So overall, it's all pretty much the same. So I think it's a visual thing where, yeah, it's on data. So you can't really argue that, I guess. But everybody can think what they want, and that's okay too. And that's what makes this sport great, because everybody has an opinion. You guys out there, when we judge, if you think we're wrong, hey, you know what? That's good, because that's how you see it. The way we see it is a little different maybe, and that's the beauty of the sport, and I love it. And I love that everybody has something to say about everything, and that's great because that's what keeps the sport going. So keep the comments coming, positive or negative. I'm okay with that. And we'll just... I'm just filling in right now because we have a car that's going to be towed out, so we're not going into the next battle. So, other than that, what do y'all want to talk about? Where are you guys watching this from anyways? It's always all over the world, and thank you very much. I've, you know, given the chance to be able to speak out to you guys here internationally from all over the world. And I know, you know, the time difference is really harsh, and you guys are sticking around. You guys are sticking around here for the battles that we have. Yeah, I believe Hirino's lead was really, really good. He had that was probably one of the best I've seen him drive. Thank you, I love you guys too. Right there we got Kanta. I just heard on the mic right now, or I heard in the radio right now, he is going to be calling a competition timeout because it seems like he lost oil pressure. That is not good. It's going to be it might be something critical for the car if you lose oil pressure. And he's going to be up soon. He's going to be in the battle after the Meguro versus S. So yeah, the team's going to have to scramble to do something. His 5-minute competition timeout will start right when he is supposed to be at the line. So he's still got a little bit of time. Hopefully he can get his team to take care of the business and see what it is. All right, thank you guys for watching from all over the world. We got Norway, Denver, Croatia, Ireland, Texas, California, Virginia, Florida, Texas, Melbourne, Nebraska, Washington State, West Africa, UK, Brazil, Florida, New York, Jersey, Arkansas, Alabama, New Zealand, Ireland. Pinku Style, yes, ganbatte to the drivers. Pinku Style has a business up in northern Japan. Misawa, he's probably one of the only all-American ex-military guy that works on cars there. So shout out to Pinku Style. Donnie over there. Just look at him, he likes pink. That's why it's called Pinku Style. All right, Camp Zama, kind of near to where I'm from. Florida, San Diego, Brazil, Portugal, Brazil, USA. I know USA, we're USA. And I'm sorry, I am not good with flags. All right, we got Tony from Okinawa, Norway, Greece, Vegas. Man, this is awesome. This puts a smile on my face. Thank you guys. Makes me feel better doing this. And we're going to go ahead and they're still hooking up Kanta's car to go back, so we're going to go ahead and get into the battle. So in the lead position, we have, all the way from Thailand, we have S from Good Ride Motorsports, and next year, car number 45. In the chase position, we got car number 96. It is Katsuhiro Meguro. All black GTX 100 from Ishin Origin Labo. All right, S taking it nice and easy on the outside zone 1 and 2. And right there on the E-brake, kind of a pause. But Meguro keeping the proximity, but not on the same line, and looks very choppy. Maybe too much grip in the car. A shallower line throughout outside zone 1 and outside zone 2. And S doing a good job here. I saw the noticeable e-braking, the pause going from outside zone 2 to 3. A lot of drivers do that there too. All right. Looking at the bird's eye view here, right there where that happened, it did upset the chase vehicle's movement. Now we're gonna have to see what's gonna happen when they switch places. Yeah, thanks for the comments again, guys. It says, oh yeah, it says Formula Drift is Ichiban. Hey, you know what? I'm not gonna say who's number 1, but I think it is great. So, see you guys at Salt Lake City and Irwindale, maybe even Okayama if I see you guys there. Love you guys too. Thank you for the sweet, sweet words here. You guys are keeping me well fed mentally today. All right, now we have the drivers switched around. What do you guys think? How was that first half of the battle? We're going to see the second half right here because Meguro is going to be leading and S giving chase. And both drivers approaching outside zone 1. Meguro does a good job at outside zone 1 flicking. S right there on the same line, keeping that proximity and the pressure right there. And Meguro right there switching it back. Running the outside line, and S, something happens to his vehicle, it stops. And something happened to Meguro too. What just happened? Meguro just stopped right after S just stopped. And we have a rule, if you're in the lead, you just gotta keep going no matter what. So there was obviously no contact. There's no excuses for both of the drivers to stop. All right, well, if this was in the US, this is going to be a pretty much wash on the run because both of the vehicles incompleted. And did it just show? Did it? That was. Don't worry about that one more time thing. They just messed it up. Yeah, they just messed it up. They're just testing things out right now. Maybe they're saying we want to see it one more time. The girls here, they're over here praying too, but we got the canola oil girls and the Good Ride girls. Yeah, S looks like he has a problem with his vehicle, and I don't know what happened to I have no information right now on what happened to Meguro's car either. So the judges are having a discussion right now. All right, here you go. Just watching the replay here just to check out what happened. S just stops and Meguro just stops. Maybe he thought the finish line was there. Nah. Yeah, so I don't know if that's going to be one more time or not. I don't even know if they're going to be able to find a winner just from the first. And S, Yamanaka, and Imamura all going with S. S gets the win. S gets the win. I want to hear an explanation. I hope they're going to give an explanation. Yep, so S is going to be moving on. I guess the judges saw it. We're in the lead position. I'm just trying to listen to what they're saying and what is happening here. So they mentioned something about Meguro getting an incomplete in both, and S getting an incomplete in the chase. So that's it. Yes. So that's it. They saw that Meguro incompleted both. I wish they would play the replay to show you guys again, but you're just gonna have to go back to see the live stream. But they mentioned that Meguro got an incomplete in both, and the only run that we had that was able to be scored was the lead with S. So that's it. S gets a win. All right. So waiting for the next vehicle. Yeah, Kanta made it back. I was surprised that they fixed whatever the problem is really quickly. Good job and hands down to the team. Thank you. I'm not Ichiban. You guys are Ichiban. No. RSR is Ichiban. All right, so now we have Jerry is going to be in the chase position. And this driver, he is an expert driver from Taiwan. And I've seen him drive before. Very, very great driver. And we have Kanta in the lead. Now, Kanta, last year's FD Japan champion. And he is in this vehicle that was being campaigned by Suenaga last year. Suenaga he's absent this year from FD Japan. But Kanta was driving the 100. Ryuma now drives the 100. And yes, a lot of hearts going out to you guys. What do you guys think about that heart, huh? You all happy now? All right, so who's going to take the win here? Is it going to be the young driver here and the FD Japan champion, Kanta, from Team Orange with Linglong Tire, car number 57. In the chase position, we have TMS Racing, Team Good Ride, car number 16. It's Jerry. All right, Kanta taking off like a bullet from the start line. Kanta doing a good job filling the outside zone 1. Jerry starting to catch up during the outside zone 1. And both of the vehicles running a very wide line outside zone 3. And man, you know what I have to say? Jerry did a great job in the chase position, mimicking the line and angle of Kanta. Just wanted a little bit more proximity. But Kanta doing a good job as well in the lead position. So it looks like the chase vehicle was able to mimic the lead. Look at this. It looks exactly the same, just a little bit further away. That is right. The TMS BMWs are they're a big threat to the whole series. And I think Kanta is an expert, but he does have some areas where he has to still get used to this car because, you know, he only driven this car like 2 or 3 rounds this year. But now it's time for Kanta to get chased and Jerry to lead. Now, after watching that battle, who's going to take the win? Is it going to be Jerry or Kanta? Jerry, doing a good job at outside zone 1. Kanta, a little bit closer to when Jerry was in the chase position. Now Jerry moving away from Kanta and boom, hits the wall. No, he hits the wall, going in a little too hot at outside zone 3, and that is going to be it. Unless there was anything we missed. It looks like Jerry tapped the left rear of his vehicle along the wall at the outside zone 3 and makes a huge, huge correction, causes collision, and that might be it for his weekend here. Yes, this Z does have a fighting chance because right here, he tries to keep up. And I'd have to say, you know, the proximity wasn't there for Kanta. And all 3 judges go left. So car number 57, Kanta gets the win. Kanta gets the win, moves on to the top 16, and he is going against S at top 16. And Jerry, great job in the chase position, and unfortunate he hits the wall. that would have been a really good battle, and maybe if he would have finished that run, that could have been a one more time against this young champion too. So great job. Hopefully we can see them come back and go head to head again at the next round. All right. The Team Orange and Mr. DIY girl, the cheerleader, she is very happy. She said, yep, the hand signals right there. I don't know how to explain that. You guys could imagine. Kanta very close, but falls behind right here at outside zone 3. So this kind of shows how fast Jerry's car just took off after filling the outside zone 1. So they're actually, the car's not just fast, it's fast at the transition. And a lot of the drivers tries to use the transition to kind of get the head lead to go a little faster. Some people are just super smooth through the transition, going lock to lock. And the door of the Nissan Z has a little bit of damage. Kanta says, oops, oopsie. So he's probably like, whew, that was a close one. There's Igusa, head mechanic at Team Orange. He's been around for a long time in the drift scene. Also moved up a while back to NBC Circuit. Takes care of K-Style over there. Up at NBC Circuit. If you've followed Team Orange for a long time, you guys probably know who this man is. And the battles that we've seen up until now, Kanta again going back to looking at the battles, probably to study for the next round. He S didn't drive so much, so it's going to be really hard to see how S is going to be driving. All right, so right now, towing Jerry's car. Unfortunate to see him get knocked out here so early, but great job. Yeah, you know what? It's Team Orange, but their cars aren't orange anymore. I'll mention that to Kumakubo later. All right. Also, yeah, shout out to Luke. See you in November. Probably going to be here for Matsuri. It's going to be exciting. And you know what? I talked to Kumakubo about the Matsuri, the fall Matsuri. Everybody check this out. I heard that it's going to be almost a week long, and they will be closing down the safari park. So it's going to be all car, a small festival going on with booths and all kinds of stuff. So those of you who are interested in visiting Japan for drifting, you might want to hit up Ebisu Circuit and check out what they have in mind. I don't think they made it official and they announced it yet, but I was talking to Kumakubo yesterday, and he brought it up the other day as well, and a couple weeks ago as well. And they're going to have something crazy going on. So for those of you who wants to come out to drive, and if you have a car in Ebisu, or if you're going to rent a car or do whatever, make your appointments quick, because it's going to fill up pretty soon, because that's going to be a lot of drivers from all over Japan and all over the world that's going to come and enjoy drifting. They go door to door with your favorite drivers out there in these cars. I'll be there as well. I'll bring something. Maybe I'll try to bring the Fuga and do ride-alongs and bring everybody on ride-alongs there too. But yeah. So shout out to Luke Fink. And yeah, great job on driving all over the world. That's another expert driver. And you know what? A lot of these drivers that you see on YouTube and you know, car enthusiasts, you know, everybody's picking up, you know, drifting, and everybody's doing a lot in the drifting scene. So go ahead and go check out their stuff. Always a fun times watching, you know, the YouTube stuff. And also, thank you for tuning in. You know, you guys are watching, you know, the live stream here. That's on YouTube as well. But don't forget to tune in for next weekend's FDUSA Utah round. That's going to be cool because that's basically 2 rounds before. Are we going to have a champion already for this year? Is it going to be James Dean? Is it going to be somebody else? All the drivers are going to be gunning to get first place in each round because it's going to be really, really hard to get the championship. But they're still in it to win it. So make sure you tune into that too. Yeah, so Jerry's car is all packed up. So, yeah, so I see a lot of Portuguese, sorry, hola to everybody. And see the Hanguru. Annyeonghaseyo, Korean. And obviously, Ohayo gozaimasu or konnichiwa in Japanese. Says this is the worst circuit. There's no bad or good in tracks. Just think about it. Just think about it. If somebody gave you a car and said, hey, this is a big skid pad, you could do a figure 8. Everybody's gonna do it, and it's fun. So there's not really any goods and bads, you know. Any track has their good parts and bad parts, and everybody has their opinions. But if you get to drive on a track, even if it's narrow or wide or 2 turns or 10 turns, there are always fun times, right? Getting behind the wheel and driving a car. That feeling is just good. Oh man, Grid Life in Laguna. Man, you know what? That's one event that I've never been to yet, and very, very looking forward to it. One of these days, the time is going to happen. You know, everything will come together. Hopefully, I can make it to one of these events, go and party. You guys get drunk, you know, whatever. I like the getting drunk part a lot. All right, guys. We're back to the competition here. We are done with the first half of the top 32 on the left side of the bracket. Now we're on to the right side of the bracket. And it looked like we had some heavy hitters coming out from the beginning, but we still have a lot of them on the right side too. And you know what? Just because the driver is more known or better, that doesn't mean that they're going to win all the time. We have these drivers that could be, you know, the underdog or the guys that, you know, never won around before. This might be their first, so you got to look out for every driver. You cannot overlook the skills of these drivers. So who knows? I mean, look at, we have Fujimoto. You know, Fujimoto's never been on the podium, but he took out, you know, the world-renowned driver, Daigo Saito, at the round 1, top 32. So that's what I like about drifting. It's, you never know what's going to happen. And everybody always talks about being scripted. There's no way in hell it is. Now, in the lead position, we got Kazumi Takahashi from TMS Racing, Team Good Ride. In the chase, we have Akihiro Hanawa in the Z4 from TGR Racing. Good goodbye. Hanawa goes a little too wide at outside zone 1. Trying to make up his ground here. Gets super close, but he gets a little bit too shallow on the line at outside zone 3. And Takahashi doing his thing in the lead position with this super lightweight VR-powered VNW. So right here, that's 12 cylinders on the track right now. Both of them V engines. One with a VR, one with a VQ. But Hanawa making a mistake at outside zone 1, and it looks like he tries to make grounds going to outside zone 3 and gets out of control there, taking a shallower line. This is going to hurt him in the chase position. But guess what? We still have one more run. It doesn't look like Hanawa got an incomplete. He got very close from straightening from going outside zone 3 to 2. I'm sorry, 3 to 4. And we got the Team GGR And the Speedmaster girls there, the cheerleaders, cheering on Hanawa. Hanawa's kind of like, man, yo, Takahashi, I got 2 girls more than you do. So that's some flex right there. Hanawa in the lead position. Takahashi giving chase. Hanawa blasting away. Takahashi taking it safe on the proximity. Hanawa, a little bit of a wobble after outside zone 1. Takahashi creeping up to Hanawa. And Takahashi gets it incomplete in the chase position. And Hanawa finishes the track. What did I tell you about this? What did I tell you about that? Takahashi got a little too much into the outside zone 3, hits the wall, and that was an obvious straightening, and that is obviously going to be called an incomplete, I think, right there. Had to steer to the right, and Takahashi, a huge, huge mistake right here, and Hanawa doing a good job in the lead. Not filling the zones properly, but not making huge mistakes and errors, keeps his car in the zones, and Takahashi right there, huge correction. Now it's all gonna come down to what happened with Hanawa when he was in the chase, and what happened with Takahashi when he was in the chase. Lonely driver. Okay. All right. Here you go. Hanawa initiates. You know, 2 e-brake pumps. Takahashi not too close to be effective from there. And right here, Hanawa flips it around, and Takahashi going into the wall. And you know, I have to tell you guys that the replays that are being shown right now to you guys is a little different because the judges has their little own replay machine and they're watching something that we can't see. So I can't really tell you what happened, what's going on over there, but what's gonna happen? All right, so we got the lead in chase. What happened there? What happened to Hanawa in the chase? Checking that out. Hanawa 1 tire off at outside zone 1. Flicking it back, getting in a little too deep and very shallow line, but it looks like Hanawa keeps his drift going. Did not look good, but he did not straighten. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Do you think Hanawa straightened in the chase? I think it was super close, but yeah, in the US right now we have a rule where you have to be 1 second to straighten. I was kind of against it because I'm more of the maybe the purist, where it's like if I don't see a counter steer, then that's pretty much straightening. But a lot of the drivers didn't like that, and they wanted to say, hey, you know, you should give them the leeway a little bit. So they made the 2 second rule, then they changed it to 1 second because that's way too long for the vehicles to be driving straight or with the steering straight. All right, so the GGR girls and the Speedmaster girls, they are praying. Their cheerleaders are like, come on, baby, give us a win. All right, so I see one more time because we said both mistakes. Some of you are saying maybe Hanawa. Maybe he zeroed in outside zone 4. Maybe it's a one more time. BMW did incomplete pretty badly. Is it gonna be one more time? Oh, the judges are watching the Japanese live stream. I didn't know you could do that. And all 3 judges goes one more time. Just you guys thought, I think they put Hanawa's incomplete. I don't know if it's an incomplete, but if it's lead to lead, it looks like Takahashi did a better job. So if both of the chases are incomplete, then they would have to revert to the lead. But let me go ahead and listen to what they're saying. All right, so yes, I guess they incompleted the chase that Hanawa had, and both of the leads, I guess, you know, they're about the same, so they're just gonna go one more time. So there you go, guys. It's a one more time. We'll see that battle again. They're gonna go back and, you know, get their cars prepped. So we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next battle. All right, so let's go move on. This is going to be the first one more time that we have the top 32. Let's go ahead and move on to the next battle. This is going to be another interesting one because we have one driver. She is Eko Gao from outside. She is a foreign driver. This is her first year in FD Japan. She was in FDJ2 last year from 1087X. And in the chase, we have Yusuke Kusaba, a veteran in FD Japan from Tees Cusco Racing, driving the A6. Both vehicles powered by 2J. Eko doing a great job in the lead, filling the zones, and Kusaba jumps right into the pocket of Eko's vehicle and finishes off very strong. What a fabulous run by both drivers. Eko laying down a great lead run, giving Kusaba a chance to dive in, and Kusaba trusting Eko and jumps right in there, gets right into the pocket. Great job by both drivers. Now, this is what we're talking about. This is what we've been wanting to see. That was a very smooth move by Kusaba and also a great lead run by Eko. All right, so switching places. Now we have Kusaba in the lead from Team Cusco Racing. And in the chase, we have Eko from 1087X. S13, this car looks mean. The GR86 looks mean. Both packed with 2Js. Uh-oh, a little bit of a separation on the straight, but let's see if Eko could close that gap here. Kusaba making his way through outside zone 1. Eko creeping up to Kusaba and trying to get into his pocket, and Eko does the same, but falls back a little bit with a shallower line and finishes off the track. Man, she knows how to drive this car. And Kusaba also, a lot of tires off at the beginning of the initiation, the 3-2-1 cone, but gets back onto the track and fills the zone nice and wide, rides the wall. A great job by both drivers. Man, this is a very, very close battle. I do see more smaller mistakes in the chase position when Eko is in the chase position. But man, I have to tell you, that takes a lot to dive in into the car, not knowing what's going to happen by the wall. And Fukada, Yamanaka, and Imamura, all three judges going to the right. Yusuke Kusaba gets the win, moves on to the top 16. And Echo's weekend is cut very, very short, but she should be proud of the way she was driving this weekend, especially here for tandem. Looking forward to some great runs by her in Okayama. Yeah, Kusaba was very consistent, but you know what? Echo did a good job, and yeah, if that was a different driver, maybe she could have got the win too. All right, let's move on to the next driver, another Cusco Racing driver, car number 774, Hokuto Matsuyama in this brand new build GR Corolla. In the chase position, we got Tomoki Tanaka from Team VSR, Bridgelinks, good ride. Car number 5, a little bit of a separation there, and Matsuyama, a little bit of a wobble there after leaving outside zone 1, and Tanaka finds his way to get closer after the separation on the straightaway. But yeah, Matsuyama's lead did not look clean. He looked like he was throwing a little bit too much angle after the outside zone right there, and he did have to pull some angle out. E-braked again through outside zone 2. This gave Tanaka a chance to get a little bit closer, even though he is on a shallower line, but he tries to keep the pressure on with proximity. Let's go ahead and see this change in angle right there, like a little bit too much, then takes out the angle, misses a good part of outside zone 2 in the lead. So not a clean lead by Matsuyama, but also not so much proximity in the chase position by Tanaka. All right, in the lead position, we got Tomoki Tanaka from Team VSR, Bridgelinks, good ride. In the JZX in the chase, we got Hokuto Matsuyama, ex-FDJ Japan champion. Tanaka knocking over all the cones after 3-2-1 cone. And Tanaka dragging his bumper on the wall in a different way. So Matsuyama keeping that pressure on in the chase position. All right. That's going really, really wide out the outside zone 1 by Tanaka, but on a good line in the lead. Yeah, but I'd have to say, you know, going a little too wide at outside zone 1, but he does run a very clean line in the lead and runs the outside line with a lot of angle and throttle, and giving the chase driver, Matsuyama, a good chance to give a good chase. Now Matsuyama having to run a very shallower line to keep up. Now, how are the judges going to be looking at that? What do you guys think? All right, who got the win on that one, guys? What do you guys think? Hey, this is kind of cool. I'm not judging, so I could sit here and be like, oh yeah, the judge this, judge that, just like you guys. No, I'm just kidding. They did a good job. All right. What are the judges going, who are they going to give the win to? They're like, psych. All right, Gata gives it to Matsuyama. Yamanaka goes one more time, and Imamura gives it to Matsuyama. So, not all 3 judges, but Matsuyama, Hokuto Matsuyama gets the win, moves on to the top 16. And unfortunately, Tanaka gets knocked out here early on the top 32 battles. But a very aggressive driver. Excited to see how he is going to do in Okayama. Yes, we all won. We're all winners. Yeah, so some of you think, yeah, Tanaka wasn't as dialed as Matsuyama. Yeah, some of you think Chaser had the better lead, and some of you thought the Chaser won too, so. And some of you don't even care because this is not clean, but whatever. Yeah, we should have the judges judging the judges. But that's you guys. You guys are the judges judging the judges. That's hard to say. All right, in the lead position we have Yukio Matsui from M2 Evolution, Matsumoto Kiyoshi. Car number 19 in the chase, we have Mikey Racing, Mikey Nakamura. Not in the GR86 anymore, he is in his Chaser. That's the JZ. Oh, there's a tire hit. Mikey, front left tire, hits the right front tire of Matsui and wraps him around. And that didn't look like no flop because I think he went in it really hard and it locks up the tire and that actually creates the car to over-rotate. Let's check this out. He kind of goes into it deep. Boom. Matsui trying to keep his angle there, but yeah, Mikey going in a little too deep. I've known Matsui for a while, a long time, an expert driver driving in D1 and currently driving in FD Japan as well. And Mikey, I've known Mikey for a while too. He used to work at Fat 5 Racing for a while and he was one of the crew guys. Now he is has his own successful shop, Mikey Racing, out in Ibaraki. So both of the drivers, they've been in the drift world for a while and both of the drivers knows how to drive. And looking at this, I think the judges are going to be putting that on the chase position, Mikey. So Matsui, he knows what he has to do, but he's, you know, trying to take off. So he's not going to try to give Mikey any room. He's probably like, you know what, you pumped me, I'm going to get you back. Let's not do that, but get super close to proximity. Running the wide line on the outside zone by Mikey Nakamura, and right here, Matsui keeping that distance, but keeping the pressure on Mikey and finishing through, driving through the finish line. And this might be an easy call for the judges, unless I missed something. But Mikey giving a very good lead, but it's unfortunate where he did have to have contact with the lead driver in the chase position. Yes, I think Matsui very consistent. still the BMW's fault. All right, so Matsui's car with the V8 turbo. So not even a BMW engine, it's a F22 BMW. I've never seen one of those in Japan as a drift car. And there you go, we got the track guys picking up the leftover pieces of Mikey's car. Here you go, the judges, Fukada, Yamanaka, and Imamura, all three judges going to the left for car number 19. Yukio Matsui gets the win, moves on to the top 16, and unfortunately, Mikey Nakamura, coming back in his old car, gets knocked out here by an expert driver, but you know what? A great job in the lead position. Fun times, good luck for him from the next round. And now this guy you have to watch out for. Car number 31, driving the A31 Zafiro with the front end. You see him in the car getting excited. Yezi Cheng from Team 4418 W Academy in the lead. He qualified third. In the chase, we have car number 101, Luca Merri from Fat 5 Racing in the chase position. He gets a little greedy, taps the lead driver, but does not faze him. He just keeps going. Does not go into the wall like how he did with qualify. And a beautiful lead run there. Luca trying to get close. This is called giving it your all to, you know, tandem. He just didn't want to lose any ground, but man, check this out. Yezi Cheng, a beautiful lead, a lot of angle, a lot of throttle, and for his qualify, he did mash his rear end into the wall. But this time, look at that proximity. He's inches away from the wall. A lot of throttle, a lot of angle. Great drive, great driving by both the drivers. And man, did you see that tap? It did not faze him. He was like, you know what? Something hit me, but I'm just going to keep going. All right, Luca in this JZX 100 starting FD Japan this year. probably getting used to Japan and the car and everything, and slowly his results are getting better and better, making it into the top 32 this event. And in the lead, we have Yo. He had missed the last round, but he is back, and he did an excellent job at Ebisu round, and he is back. And these cars are actually built, or a lot of the FD cars are usually built, so you know, if there is any contact with the wall or anything, it's easier to fix. Because there's a lot of walls in the US, but here's one wall here in Japan that these two drivers have to conquer. Luca in the lead. A lot of angle on the outside zone. One, Yo in the chase position, keeping his proximity. Luca in the lead, gets close to the wall, hits the wall, but I think that might be it for him because of his chase, but you see the proximity, keeping it safe. And who do you guys think is going to win? All right, to the left, sliding to the left. Zi Cheng gets the win, moves on to the top 16. Luca gets knocked out here. Making it into the top 32 here this event. Great job by him. Looking forward to seeing him in Okayama. All right, so let's go ahead and see the one more time battle that we have. It is Takahashi in the lead and Hanawa giving chase. If you missed that battle, both the drivers made a major mistake in the chase. And looking at the leads, I guess the judges said that the leads were very close, that Takahashi and Hanawa has to go again. So we have Kazumi Takahashi in the lead position from Team TMS Racing, Team Good Ride. The chase we have from TCR Racing with Good Ride, Akiro Hanawa. Hanawa staying closer this time to Takahashi, and now both of the drivers working their way through the infield to the outside zone 1 and 2, and Takahashi takes the outer line. Hanawa not bad in the chase with proximity and finishes off the track. A lot cleaner chase by Hanawa, chasing down Takahashi. BMW versus BMW, that's right. I totally didn't see that. BMW Coupes, we got the Z4, we got the E92. That's funny. Both BMWs, but both with Nissan V6s. A VQ in Hanawa's car and a VR in Takahashi's car. All right, so it says Green Goblin. Takahashi now giving chase. Hanawa in the lead position. Hanawa has to do everything he can to do an outside line. Hanawa goes a little bit wider, but he does take the outside line, and Takahashi holding back a little bit, but Hanawa right in the outside line, and Takahashi is on a lot shallower line and no proximity there. Ooh, what's gonna happen here? Hanawa did dip a tire outside zone 1, but did go wide, and Takahashi starting to cheat the line at outside zone 3, but not able to get closer. Probably gonna have to see a side-by-side there. But what do you guys think? Hey, And as I am speaking, thank you to Daryl Henkel. Thank you, Daryl. Much appreciation. If you have any shout outs, let me know. And here we go. What do you guys think after this run two? Do you think Hanawa took that because it's his leads? Or do you think it's going to be a one more time? Or do you think Takahashi got the win? The Supra one. I think the Supra is the Z4 after this one, right? Is it? Now I think the judges are going and checking out the replays. Here you go, we got the lead runs. Man, that kind of cut off the outside zone one of Takahashi, but yeah, look at this. I think in the infield, it looks like Hanawa did a good job in the chase. But, oh, right here, there we go, Takahashi. Takahashi kind of leaves outside zone one a little early, but yeah, now it's all up to the judges to see. What do you guys think after watching this side-by-side view? The gap that we have in between the cars is a lot bigger than I thought it was if I compared it to each other. So, you think the VR won or the VQ won? Do you think the BMW won or the BMW won? Or do you think the V6 won or the V6 won? Yep. Now his cheerleaders are like, he did good. He did good. So what do y'all think? The guy with the cheerleaders or the guy without the cheerleaders? That's the important question, right? Yep. Everybody's sitting here like, man, I'm glad the sun's not out. Be cooking out here. That's right, you guys got it right. Definitely BMW's gonna move on. Man, you know what? After this battle, we still have 3 battles to go to finish the top 32. So, you know, still got more action coming along. It's gonna be fun. And the judges are still contemplating, thinking of what the... I think Hanawa made a mistake at the outside zone 1, but I don't know if that affected the chase car that much. That's going to affect him. I know Takahashi not being deep in outside zone 2, I would put that on Takahashi or on the lead car, but after the transition, the outside zone 3 area, it looks like Takahashi was on a shallower line, and that's kind of not what the judges are looking for. And Hanawa in the lead position after the outside zone 2 area does a good job. And Takahashi kind of takes off after the outside zone 1 and kind of tries to gap the lead or the chase car, but Hanawa kind of creeps up and gets right into formation. He doesn't fill the zone as much as Takahashi does in the lead, but yeah, so it really depends on how heavily they see these, because both of the areas, if it was a qualifying run, the line and the angle is, how can I say it? The line and the angle are 10 points each from both the areas. So they're both as important as each other, so really hard to tell. I already know, I know what I would say, but I'm not going to tell you. Hey, shout out to Delahaye666, thank you very much. I'm a straight up old guy. OG. Keen to fly over and final round at FDUSA from Australia. Great. We'll see you guys at Irwindale. Thanks for the shout out. And yeah, we'll see you at Irwindale. Really excited to be there. Irwindale is always a good time, but we still have Salt Lake before that, and we still have this. All 3 judges going one more time. It's going to be another one more time. Man, Hanawa and Takahashi cannot shake each other. What do you guys think about the one more time call? Think it's fair enough? Yay, nay? All right. Yeah, so a lot of shaking there on the screen. Yeah, shout out from Japan. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for tuning in. A lot of love Japan to you guys. Thanks for sticking around, whatever time it is in your time zone. We are a few battles away from finishing up, wrapping up the top 32 now. And we had some pretty cool battles. And you're not going to want to miss the next one coming up because the top 16 is going to even be more fierce than the top 32. So I can guarantee you it's going to be a good time watching the live stream. So make sure you tune in later too. I think the top 16 is going to start sometime around, the ceremony is going to start sometime around 12:40 in Japan time. So make sure you don't miss that as well. Yeah, so y'all good with the one more time? See, Hanawa has a smile on his face, so you know what? He's happy. He's like, you know what? I'm putting up a good fight against this, the Green Goblin. I ripped that off somebody. Thank you for that. All right, now the next battle we have up. Who's going to go against Yozi Ching in top 16? Is it going to be Wataru Masayama from Goodbye Motorsports with Evangelion? In the lead, in the chase, we have car number 212, Ryutaro Oe and Goodbye Motorsports in the FD. And now Oe kind of comes short after the outside zone 1. In the lead, we have Masayama. Masayama going along with the outside zone 3 and doing his thing in the lead position. Good job in the lead. But yes, we saw a little bit of a stall by Oe at the outside zone 1. Kicks out a little bit too much angle, I think. Comes short at outside zone 1 and 2. In the rest of the track, he tries to do his best to keep up. Not bad in proximity, but I'd say not so good in the first half, not so very good on the second half. Let's see, go ahead and check this out. You see the way his movement, Oe's car changes after he goes a little bit too deep on the angle at outside zone 1. Masayama doing a good job in the lead, just follows the line, does a good job in the lead. So there you go. We have all the girls all lined up cheering both of the driver, both of the Evangelion girls and also the Canoa Oil girls and the Good Ride Tires girls. All cheering them on, all the cheerleaders here. Now we have the young driver driving his father's ex-vehicle. Fujinaka is his father. That's his car. He's driving it in FD Japan. And we have Masayama, ex-FD USA driver here, taking it easy and keeping his cool, keeping that proximity on. The young driver in the lead position. Now Masayama does the transition behind and gets a little closer to Oe than where Oe was in the chase. And Oe not filling all the outside zone 4 either in the lead position. Yes, Oe lacking a little bit on the outside lines on some areas, but both the drivers did a great job at outside zone 3. I think these drivers got the wall down very good, but all right, so who do y'all think took that one? All right, Fukada, Yamanaka, and Imamura going left. Masayama, Wataru Masayama gets the win, moves on to the top 16. He is going to go against Yozi Ching at top 16. Good job by young driver Oe as well, putting up a great fight against the ex-FD USA driver, but he is knocked out early this weekend. I'm just reading through, some of the comments again. A good win by Masayama. A lot of you agreed with the call. And, going back to that one more time call, too, you know what? The way the judging is now here, I thought, Hanawa was going to take it, too, a little bit. But also, one more time is also, I think it's a good call as well. So I agree with both. And some of you think Hanawa made it, too. All right, now we see the JZA 80 Supra from Tamagawa. He is getting ready to go against Yamashita, which is the leading driver, but it looks like some powder, laying down some powder there behind the Supra. Something had leaked out the Supra. Drivetrain or engine, not sure, but he's gonna get towed out, so this is not looking good for Tamagawa because they are supposed to be the next battle up, ready to go. hopefully it's something that's easy for them to be able to fix, maybe within the competition timeout, but we'll see. Yeah, so there's a question, most used engine in this class, well, not class, but this series, and maybe all over the world in the US and everywhere. 2JZs are used a lot. V8s are used a lot. Those are probably one of the two main. Lately, I've been seeing a lot of VRs come up. Yeah, but 2JZs are probably the most. Yeah, a little bit of leakage there by the Supra. Hey, just watching things, you know, I'm not trying to point out things, but there was two guys in front of the car, and they have a remote for the flatbed to let that down. I would have just started to let it down as they were checking the car, so by the time they're done checking the car, they could have just put it on the truck. That's just me, though. I'm just talking smack. Just want to hurt, you know how it is. It's like we had the rhythm going and we got one more time and here and there, and now, you know, I think this is probably the most, I mean, this is the time that I could, you know, look back into the live stream and talk to you guys and look at your comments and stuff, but at the same time, keeping the event going is, you know, it's always good, you know, battle after battle after battle. That'd be, you know, really cool to say, so. All right, so. All right, so is there a conversation going on here? All right, so here's the time schedule. After this, the top 32 is going to end. We're going to do the drift ride-alongs from 11:30 if everything goes smoothly. I'll be one of the drivers, also another driver, Nakatani. And then they're going to have the FMX show, the bikes, doing flips and crazy stuff. Then from 12, I believe, 40. We're going to start 12:40. We're going to start the opening ceremony for the top 16, and top 16 will start at 1300, which is 1 o'clock in the evening, or 1 o'clock this afternoon. All right, so I see some everybody talking, but hey, yeah, the Supra is something's wrong with the Supra. They're going to tow that out. It's going to take a few minutes. And yeah, there's a lot of platforms, but I think you're just going to have to stick with what you are used to and what you have access to as well. Like, I love the V8s, but it's very, very hard to get the parts and the engines in Japan, and it's pretty expensive to get the power made. Like, for me, like, let's say if I wanted to make 600 horsepower, I would just get a 2J and throw a turbo on it and call it a day, you know. Which could, you know, you can clear and run on a stock motor. Even the head gasket on the 2J turbos, they're like metal head gaskets, comes with a really good crank. And I've seen people push like 700-800 horsepower on a stock engine, so that's, you know, easier for us to get to in Japan as well. But yeah, oh, I see Eric. What's up to you, Eric, out there? And I saw something. Somebody wanted me to shout out to something. Hold on, I'm trying to go. Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, yeah. So it says, please, hey, hi to Japanese Kuruma Brands group in Brazil. So Hello. Nobody runs a Barra. Is that what it's called? Barra. How do I pronounce that? Barra. That's all in Australia, yeah. That's the one that Luke brought up. Is that what it is? That's the one that Luke brought up into Japan, right? And unfortunately, hey man, nobody in the world is safe because he got jacked, like people broke into his car or something. But that was crappy. Yeah, I agree with the LS in Japan is maybe more harder to get than the RBs in the US, but yes, it is harder to get. Hi 50 Tyson, hi Jim Russell. Oh, Falcon drift car, I'm sorry. See, I don't know my Aussie stuff. I'm really good at the Japanese cars, though. Huh. Yeah, you know what? If you send 30 LSs to Japan, pretty sure somebody's going to want them, but it really depends on how much they are. I mean, how much are LS1s, like a complete motor with harness and stuff like that, cost in your area if you're watching from the US? How much do they run? No, hey, shout out to Hiraoka there from Team Rapid from the old school days. He's actually crewing for Tamagawa, and he used to drive FD Japan until last year. Expert driver there. He had a ZEN6 converted to a GR86. Not driving this year. So the car's finally, I guess, or they're just done loading it, so should be getting back to the competition soon enough. $3K. So that's about 500,000 Japanese yen. 5K. Oh yeah, and yeah, I had a question that says, you know, how was the drifting in the Philippines? Man, yeah, I mean, there wasn't like 50 drivers that could probably drive in, you know, Pro Spec or Pro, but there was about, you know, a couple of drivers up in there that has a lot of potential. You know, the car build's a little bit different, and you know, I think it's the way they train is a little bit different, but they have a lot of potential. There's a lot of drivers that drive hard, so there's a lot of talent out there. So I think it was good times. I mean, the weather was pretty much the same as Japan, very humid and hot, but yeah, it was fun. There was a big drifting scene. I think not everybody out there went to the event, but hopefully if I go back again next time, there'll be more drivers, because they said, you know, that was only half the drivers that we usually see out there. So yeah, 1UZs are solid over here too, but they're starting to get kind of rare as well. But you know, the torque that the LS1 has, that's 1.7 liters more, you know, so only a 4 liter or 4.3 liter for 1UZ or 3UZ. LS1s, you know, LS3s, whatever it is, it's, you know, usually 5.7, 6.3, 6 liter, whatever it is. That's a lot of torque there. You know, people are wanting to go from 3 liter to 3.4 to help them out with torque, but just imagine going from a 4 to a 5.7. That is a lot. Oh man, I got a question. If I drove again, what would be the car and engine of my choice? entire. Oh man, I have no idea right now. I know I would have to, you know, a Sora would be cool again. There's so many different platforms. I like weird cars. I like different cars. I mean, it didn't really work out so much, but then I like the G a lot. You know, E92s are coming up. It looks cool. I like, you know, BMWs. You know, the Z4 is kind of cool too. It would be depending on what the budget is going to be and what I can get my hands on. So I'll drive anything, you know. All right, yeah, for the deals that we have here, you know what? I kind of want to learn how to make these, you know, iron block tube V8s over here, just to throw in a missile or something like that. That would be kind of cool to be able to beat on some, you know, 5.3 liter V8 muscle. If it could make like 300 horsepower, I would throw it in a missile and take it to the track. Full throttle all the way. What kind of cars do you guys drive actually? Out there. I know you guys like cars. Some of you probably drift yourself. Some of you don't. Maybe depending on where you live and what kind of cars you have. Well, what kind of cars you have? And as we are speaking, we are going to move on to the next driver. Hey, you know what? A Supra would be cool. Pretty much the same as a Sora, just shorter wheelbase. Yeah, give me a Bugatti. I'll do it. And I can't afford that. So we're going to go to the somewhat supposed to be the last battle of the top 32, but we have to one more time in the competition timeout call that we have. So we're going to go ahead and move on to the young driver, Mao Yamanaka. He is in the GR Supra. He'll be giving lead. And in the chase position, we have car number 33, Shigehisa Sasayama, in the RC, is going to give chase. All right, you know what? I don't hate on any cars. I like anything with 4 tires on it. We got a Genesis 370Z, S13. We got STI, Hi-Ace, yeah. E36, nice. LS 81 Mark II. Hino box truck, nice. You know me, I like them old schools, right? Oh, it's gonna start. Mao Yamanaka in the lead. Goodbye Motorsports. And in the chase we have Team Frontier next. Shigehisa Sasayama. And let's go. Mao Yamanaka not swinging it out all the way, but does run a good line at outside zone 1. Fills the outside zone 2. And gets deep into the outside zone 3. Sasayama hits the wall and a huge correction in the chase position. That was very, very obvious. And yeah, that's a huge correction made in the chase position by Sasayama. All right, sorry, I'm trying to look at the runs and also trying to look at the comments too. But yeah, there's a lot of, old school, R31. Thank you guys. Just trying to read through it. I don't want to say it, talk over the drivers because they're driving right now. You guys can check out the replay, but Mao Yamanaka running the outside line at outside zone 1, 2, and 3. And like I said, you know, the angle going into the outside zone 1 isn't spectacular, but he does a good job on the lead and running the outside line. And there you go, the Good Ride girls and also the Canola Oil girls saying, yeah, they're like, that's, yeah, it says Yamanaka, Mao Yamanaka in kanji. And in the chase position, it looks like Sasayama makes a huge error at the outside zone 3, which is probably going to incomplete him because he went into the wall and it straightens completely. So what do you guys think? And this is kind of cool. I mean, you know, you never get to see this many comments on what kind of car you're driving. We've got like trucks, cars, 3-rotors. Scania. Is that what how it's pronounced? Pajero Mini. Damn, Seat 63 AMG, my bad. Supra GTR. Woo. Ford Falcon. Supra. And talk about Supra right here. We have an A90 Supra in the chase position, being driven by Mao Yamanaka, repping Good Ride Motorsports. And in the lead, we have Shigehisa Sasayama in the RC. Now he's sitting on an incomplete. He's just going to have to lay down whatever he can in the lead. Fills the outside zone 1, taking it easy there, and outside zone 2. Rotates his car to the outside zone 3, and Maui Yamanaka keeping the pressure on outside zone 3, and that is going to be it. Yamanaka keeping the pressure on throughout the track, even with the advantage that he has. Sasayama doing everything he can to shake the chase driver, but he cannot shake this young driver off. And Yamanaka does a clean run behind the lead. All right. Van Camper. I'm still trying to read this. Yeah. Says my first car was a 1982 R30 Skyline Coupe RS. That was my first car. Paid $350 for it. All right, here we go. Fukada, Yamanaka, and Imamura sliding to the left. Yamanaka, Mao Yamanaka gets the win, moves on to the top 16. Congratulations, and Sasayama. Good luck to him for the next round at Okayama. His big body RC could not fit through the outside zone 3. Okayama is a bigger track. Maybe it is made more fit for his RC. All right, so I can't read all the cars. I'm really interested in what everybody's driving to. But I have another question for you guys because we have a little bit of time right now. Because I think Tamagawa did not make his competition timeout, so it's going to be a free run for the points leader right now, Yamashita. He is going to run his by run. But while he is doing that, how many cars? You guys are car guys. How many cars do you have? And I'm asking you that question. Yamashita doing his by run because Tamagawa was not able to fix his vehicle within the 5 minutes the competition timeout. Wow, so the points leader, the current FD Japan points leader, keeps on going and he gets a free ticket to top 16. Unfortunate Tamagawa, hopefully his car is back in place. All right, so that's going to be an interesting match because Yamashita moved on and now he's going to be going against Yamanaka, which is they're in the same area, the Kanagawa, Yokohama area. So they know each other and they probably drive each other off time or off, comp all the time. All right. There's the pits there. Looking at it from far. Now we're just waiting for the other one more time. That's going to be the last battle here. But I'm going to, I think 2, 3, 5, 2, 4, 1, 6. You don't even want to know how many cars I have. I have over 700 cars in Mexico. Dude, hook the brother up. I don't need any more cars. Can't be for sale though. It's got to be like your hobby car. And yes, Yamashita is going for his 4th championship, and he's getting close because he is kind of far ahead. All right, his teammate, TMS Racing Team Good Ride teammate Kazumi Takahashi, now on their 3rd battle against each other. And in the chase position, we have Akihiro Hanawa, the GGR Racing with Good Ride. Z4, both BMWs. All right, Hanawa gets close. Good in proximity, cannot match the angle, but keeps the proximity going and gets close and closer on outside zone 3. Takahashi not so close to the wall. Hanawa keeps that proximity going. All right, now how is this going to pan out after the next run? Hanawa, good proximity, not as much angle as Takahashi, but Takahashi does a good job in the lead, but right here, not a hard angle through the outside zone 3 and not super close to the wall, but good enough maybe? What do you guys think? All right, Hanawa. 3rd time might be the charm. His cheerleaders are cheering him on. Takahashi in the chase position. Hanawa in the lead. This is the third battle. We have one more times. And are we going to have a winner here? Or is it going to be another one more time? Hanawa flicks this car out. Nice job at the outside zone. Takahashi falls back behind. Trying to play catch up, but Hanawa in the lead. A good lead on the outside line. Takahashi a shallower line through the outside zone 3, and Hanawa a good job in the lead. And this might be easier for the judges to make a call. Takahashi not able to close that gap. Takahashi did not look like he was close on the straightaway either. And after this hard-fought battle, is Hanawa going to finally get a win here? Or is it going to be Takahashi moving on? Or is it going to be another one more time? What do you guys think? I already thought it was going to be Hanawa earlier. And this time, I have no idea. Psych, I already know. I think one driver probably did better. And yes, it is this driver, Fukada, Yamanaka, and Imamura. Moves right. Akihiro Hanawa gets a win, moves on. Takahashi gets knocked out at top 32. Wow, what a way to end the top 32. A fabulous win by Hanawa. Moving on and beating this expert driver that's been on multiple podiums. Takahashi gets knocked out super early in the competition. Wow, what a run and a great job by all the drivers here in the top 32. So we will see the battles in the top 16. It's going to be Fujimoto against Fausto, Gushi versus Nakamura, Minoa versus Hibino, S versus Kanta, Hanawa versus Kusaba, Matsuyama versus Matsui, Yo Zicheng versus Masuyama, and Yamashita versus Yamanaka. So those are going to be the top 16 battles for you guys. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it because top 32 was already exciting to see. Top 16 is going to be a lot greater than that. Hanawa, happy. He's like, yeah, I did it. He's going to be going against Kusaba. Hanawa, finally some expression there. He looks happy. Good job. And here we go. The top 16 battles are going to be right here. Like I said earlier, it's going to be Konosuke Fujimoto versus Yukio Fausto, Kenshiro Gushi versus Naoki Nakamura, Hiroya Minoa versus Tetsuya Hibino, S versus Kanta, Akihiro Hanawa versus Yusuke Kusaba, Hokuto Matsuyama versus Yukio Matsui, Yozi Cheng versus Wataru Matsuyama, and Koichi Yamashita versus Mao Yamanaka. Who do you think is going to win this battle? Not battle. Who do you think is going to win this round, actually? I think it could actually fall into any of these drivers. All the drivers has a chance to win this, so it's going to be cool. So make sure you're back in Japan time. Top 16 intro is going to start at 12:40, so make sure you tune in. 12:40, that means that's about 2 hours from now. So if you got to go eat something or go drink or I don't know, shower, take a nap, whatever it is, go and do that and make sure you be back in 2 hours. I will be going back down and be driving one of the drift taxis, the drift ride-alongs that we have here for FDJ Japan. And there you go, here is the wall. It's a wall. And let me see what the judges are saying. It's interesting to see what's going to happen in the evening or this afternoon because some of the drivers that did good yesterday, you know, some of the drivers did better and better as they went in the chase position, lead position, so they don't know who's going to be taking the win. And Fukada saying, you know, not sure, you know, who's going to be winning. All the drivers are doing better and better. Looking forward to the battles. And we have Yamanaka and Takahashi, and this is going to be interesting to see what's going to happen with the championship. Is he going to be able to, you know, stay in it, give Yamashita a good chase in the championship, because he got knocked out of top 32. But being able to drive along the wall and doing a tandem in the wall is very, very hard. And I think the drivers are also feeling that it's very difficult to be able to drive next to the wall. And, also Yozi Cheng, watching him, he's on fire looking at the run, riding the walls, and he's an excellent driver. He's going to be somebody to look forward to, too, for this afternoon. All right, so can't see it on the screen, but this is hashtag FDJ. If you want to see, you look at the social media platforms. If you're on X or Instagram or something, just check out some of the videos and also the pictures that people are posting, hashtagging FDJ. And here you go, here's the schedule. From 12:40 Japan time, top 16 ceremony, and from 1300 it's going to be top 16. So like I said, it's about 2 hours from now, so make sure you don't miss it. If you want to see the top 16 ceremony, make sure you're here and checking out the live stream. I'll post it on my Instagram story as well, and you guys will be able to find it easy on the YouTube. So just go ahead and search for that, and maybe put a timer on it, make sure you don't miss it. So we'll be right back after this short break. Thank you for sticking around, and all of you guys, love you guys, and thank you. And Joyce, thank you for doing this, and talk to you guys this afternoon in a few hours.
Bluetooth 搭載 G-SHOCK カシオ
The brightness called brilliant, blinding and vivid, Valentine.
究極の静かさと安全性、オンロード、オフロード、世界中で活躍するケンダ、その信頼を支える静音性、安定性と対摩耗性、世界が認めた技術と信頼を街乗りである高品質と納得の価格、タイヤのポテンシャルをあなたに。ケンダ
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Alspo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
Made in Japan. Breed.
In a world of extremes, this is where they're refined. The real deal. Cusco.
伝統と革新、小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮、チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ、小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC